What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome to the In Off the Bench podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Ball, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Jim Cross. And Jim, tonight we get to talk UCSB. We're talking Gaucho baseball, man.
Man, do you know what a Gaucho even is?
I don't. I think I would have to look it up. If I had to guess, some type of cowboy, some type of like wrangler. I don't know, but it's awesome, whatever it is. But we got Trey McCollum. He's joining us tonight. He's going to tell us a little bit about his story and tell us what's going on with the UCSB crew this season. But Jim, as always, before the guest hops on, we got to show some love to the best sponsors in the game. Old Dominic Distillery, experience 150 years of tradition in the heart of downtown Memphis, from bourbon to vodka, whiskey to gin. Old Dominic's got you covered. Stop in today for a tour to pick up your favorite bottle. Chinook seeds, best seeds in the game, whether you're on the field or in the boardroom. Helps you get the job done. 8 flavors, mild to wild. Go to your local gas station, convenience store, grocery store, and pick up the best seeds in the game. And finally, Jesus One Apparel, empowering men, women, and children to take a bold step in their faith by living and embodying the message of John 16:33. Jesus won and continues to win each and every single day. And Jim, with that, the business has been done, man. We got to get to the interview. Welcome to the show, Trey McCollum.
Thank you. How you guys doing? I appreciate it.
Man, yeah, absolutely. Ready to get into it. But before we get into your story, I got to break the ice by knowing a couple things. First, it's NBA playoff time. You're in California. A lot of teams in the playoffs. Who you ride with in the NBA?
Yeah, so growing up, it's always been the Lakers. So, Lakers had a pretty good season so far, or they had a pretty good season. And I think they're going to play well. I think they lost game 1, but I'm not sure how they've done since then. So
I think they evened it up. I think it's 1-1, but yeah. Minnesota came out and gave them their best shot, but we definitely like it. Look, Daniel was worried. Some of these guys, regardless of where they're from, they'll go with whoever the best team is. He said he better not come on here and say Oklahoma City. Then we know he's lying.
We're gonna have problems, but let's be real, Trey. It's really hard not to be a really good team when you got the GOAT and you got one of the best players of a generation playing on your team. Like, it just seems unfair to me.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
LeBron and the other question: who do you root for in baseball? Because are you Dodgers too? Are you that wealthy when it comes to your teams?
Yeah. No, so growing up, I was always a Lakers, Dodgers, and Raiders fan. So that's those are the teams. And so just been a Dodgers fan all my life.
Man, he's been living rich, Daniel.
I mean, he does have the Raiders, so let's be real. Like, it's rough.
But I told you that
you deserve the roughness.
But I told you that the other night, Daniel. WrestleMania was in Las Vegas. In the 5 years that it's done outdoor stadiums, the previous 4, that team went to the Super Bowl. It could happen, man. It's a thing.
Hey, it's quite possible. True. Very, very possible. But Trey, man, let's get into this, man. Obviously, not real sure about, like, I have a general idea of where you're from because geographically between LA and between San Diego, but as far as home, like where is home for you?
Yeah, so home is in Murrieta, California, kind of like Riverside County area. So yeah, I grew up there, all my life. So yeah, I went to Vista Murrieta High School. And yeah, I mean, I grew up there, developed a love of baseball in Marietta, and
it must be nice to get baseball weather year round. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. But yeah, just spend a lot of my time down there, and it's good to go back here and there, during the holidays and stuff. So it's still good to be back home. But yeah, it's all my life is I've been there.
Well, what do you like? If I was to go there, what would I do? What would I see? What would I experience? What's the one thing that you say, look, DB, I got to take you and we got to do this?
No, that's actually a great question. See, so Marietta is a small city, so like there's not a ton to do and there's not a ton to see. But there's another city like right next to Marietta called Temecula, and there's this like big huge pond, like duck pond. It's called Harveston Park, and it's basically a huge pond that you can kind of walk around. There's a whole walkway around it, and it's nice. You can go fishing there if you want. And it's actually just a pretty nice area. I used to go there with my high school friends, and we would kind of just walk around and hang out at the little park benches on the side, and then like we would fish sometimes here and there. But I ain't that good at fishing, so I leave that to them. But
I like fishing, man. He got me, Daniel. I'm down. Either when they say food or fishing, whatever.
Jim, you see how times have changed? Like we're going to the mall, walking around, just hanging out. Like these cats are going to the pond. They're fishing. They're doing like what? What's
sad is every mall that we ever went to, you can't go to anymore. You'll get robbed or it doesn't exist anymore. Growing up in Memphis can be tough with Trey, man. I'm telling you.
That's a shame, but obviously for you, growing up, you got mom, dad, you got two older brothers in the mix. I will ask, being the youngest, I mean, with two older brothers, are you like, do you catch some beatings growing up, or were you just? Yeah. Oh, I bet it's crazy. I bet your mom just had fits with y'all.
Oh yeah, growing up, I mean, the baby of the family always not like mistreated or anything, but like somewhat always got the short end of the stick. So just growing up with like two older brothers, like we talk about WWE in Las Vegas. I was like a big WWE fan with my brothers, so we would always be wrestling, and like I would always be getting whoops because I was the youngest one, like the weakest one. So we was always just growing up roughhousing. Yeah, mom wasn't happy with all that, but that's just how it is.
But what do we know, Daniel? On this show, the youngest one always becomes the best athlete. That's facts.
Hey.
Yep. Hey. Dad is Lee, and I guess your oldest brother is Lee the fourth. Are you a little upset that he kind of has the family lineage and he gets the name like Lee and like gets to carry that on, or you're all right being Trey?
I'm all right being Trey. So actually, another funny story. So everybody in my family, like me and my two brothers, we all have LE at the front of our name. So my oldest brother's name is Lee, and then my middle brother's name is Levante, and then obviously my name's Letrey, and Trey means three, so I'm the third son. So Letrey kind of just works out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's cool.
I mean, that makes sense. Like your parents had this figured out, man. They knew what they were doing. Obviously being in Southern Cal, you got a lot of sports, a lot of athletes to kind of, stake claim to and kind of follow as a kid. But, when you're growing up, who is your favorite athlete? Because there's so many that I could choose from out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of get a lot of flack for this. My favorite athlete growing up was always Tim Anderson. I was a big Tim Anderson fan.
Timmy.
Yeah. Like, I still answer this day. Yeah. I still answer this day, and a lot of people have been like, "Bro, like, come on, you got all these athletes you can pick from. You pick Tim Anderson." I'm just like, bro, I like the way he plays. He's got that swag about him that he just he carries on the field, and like, the results. What I'm saying, the results are what they are. They don't always work out, but I like the way he carries himself. And he's a good athlete.
I mean, he's got tools. Let's say that he's got some tools. So. I'm assuming just being regionally, UCSB is in the area. Now, is that why you chose to go there and be a Gaucho, or what is the reasoning, and walk us through the process of selecting UCSB as your school?
Yeah, coming to UCSB when I took my visit here, well, obviously knowing the history of Coach Andrew Checkett's, probably one of the greatest coaches in the country, in history. And, he's really just turned this program around. And I knew that coming here, I would become a better baseball player throughout the years. And so when I came and took my visit, I obviously Santa Barbara, California is a great area. A lot of nice things to look at here. But I really knew that this was a spot for me where I could grow and become a better version of myself off the field, and kind of learn how to better take care of myself off the field to become a better baseball player on the field. So I was really just into I just knew that they were really into like the whole process point of it, and I knew like this was a spot I can come in, just be a better human just overall. So I'm happy with my choice.
You'd be correct in your evaluation, because if you just look, obviously, making academic honor roll, you've gotten better statistically each year. The team has gotten better each year you've been there. So you've been a part of a process where the team has grown, you have grown, and it's clearly a great decision. Obviously, with a 4-year career, we don't spend too much time in the beginning, especially because the last 2 years has been where it's at. But in those first 2 years, man, what was it like making that jump to Division I baseball, high level Division I baseball? What did you learn the most through those first couple of years?
Yeah, so the biggest thing just coming into college baseball, I wasn't really great at slowing the game down in my head. So like when I first like jumped onto the college scene and I got my first couple at bats and everything was kind of just moving really quickly, and I just couldn't really like slow a lot of things down and just take it one pitch at a time, like which I've learned throughout the years. But yeah, like just starting out like that, it definitely just taught me some lessons in terms of the whole process of it, and how to like properly prepare for a game, and just like those little things like that. And I think I'm grateful for those experiences because they taught me, and made me into the player I am today. But I wouldn't say it was a really like easy transition. Like sure, I was good at some things, but I think like once you figure out how to really just slow the game down and kind of let the game come to you, that's when you really find some success.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you start to find success. And like I said, the team, man, you look into year 3 last year, team goes 44-14. You bat 320. You had 8 doubles, really started to make a name for yourself, obviously getting out there in the right field as well, not just on first base. How did it feel, to really cement yourself into that lineup and be part of one of the undoubtedly one of the best teams in the country?
Yeah, no, it was obviously a lot of hard work. But yeah, like once you really start kind of understanding the game and like the flow of college baseball and everything, and it starts to get a little bit easier. And that's like really like just when it starts getting fun, and you can go out there, you kind of just play your game. You're not really worried about too much. So when I finally just kind of learned how to play free, and obviously I'm playing for the team, so it's just it was just really fun to come together with those group of guys. A whole bunch of talent on that, as you guys know, a whole bunch of talent on that last year's team, and it was really just fun, to run that whole season with those guys.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, you get to host. You talk about fun, man. When you're obviously, we don't like just throwing around the term mid-major. It kind of sounds like a slight at you guys, but obviously that's what they refer to you when you're not in the Power Four. But when a team of your conference ends up getting to host, man, how meaningful is that you guys got that recognition?
Yeah, no, that's probably one of the coolest moments of my college career is hosting a regional. Just all the love and support, all the people that came to the games. That was just super cool, and it just showed that like, yeah, we're good enough to do this too. Yeah, like mid-major, all that, but we're good enough. We're just with the best of them. We're right there with all of them. So it was a super cool moment. It sucks we weren't able to take care of business and win that thing, but it was super cool to just play on our home turf for a regional. It was awesome.
I'll put it to you like this. So my boy Javera January was y'all's lead ump. He's from the SEC, and he came back and he told me, and he's all around the South. It's hot by that time of year, right? He said he goes out there, man. It's beautiful. Also, not having, if you're in an SEC stadium, you got 10 to 15,000 people booing at you every pitch. He was like, man, it was such a nice environment. It was, fun to be a part of. So he had nothing but good things to say about the environment and the atmosphere out there. He said he'd go back anytime. So that speaks volumes to what y'all got going on out there. But like you said, unfortunately, y'all come up short to a really good Oregon team, but gives y'all a little fuel to the fire coming into this season. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, you made sure to put yourself on the map. Like me and Daniel, like that was when we had to reach out. We're like, all right, dudes just don't hit the cycle like that. But furthermore, Daniel, something I didn't know was he didn't have any home runs in his first 3 years. That was only his second home run period. So it makes the cycle that much more of a difficult thing because we're not talking about a guy who has a bunch of home runs. So, man, Trey, man, what's it like, man, hitting a cycle? Because we've had, Daniel, 350 baseball guests, and I'm thinking Christian Moore from Tennessee is the only guy off the top of my head that I know has hit a cycle. So what'd that feel like?
Yeah, that was just another great moment of my college career. I honestly didn't even really know about it until around, I think it was my fourth at bat. So I got the triple my first at bat, and then
stop playing. Stop.
No,
you're not gonna fool me with this.
Here's why I believe him, Daniel. Here's why I believe him, Daniel, because he got the triple out of the way in the beginning. Usually the triple's the last one, therefore they're thinking about it.
Look,
yeah.
I've been around baseball for a very long time, and when you come out the gate with the triple, I'm telling you right now, that is the first thing that people start thinking about is.
No, because he's only got one home run in his career. They're not thinking cycle at that point.
Exactly. I wasn't thinking.
I'm telling you.
He was just thinking about trying to win the game. He wasn't worried about all that.
Exactly. But yeah, so then I hit the double, right? And then I was just like, all right, I'm playing pretty good, you know. We were winning at that point too, so I was like, all right, things are going well. And then the single happens, and then I was like, all right, you know, things are going well. And so like obviously at that point, it's like, all right, like I know I'm a home run away from the cycle. Just because like any baseball fan, you know, you're a home run away from the cycle. But I was honestly just playing, and then I was coming up for my fourth at bat, and then like one of the fans kind of like yelled at, they're like, oh, like you're a home run away from the cycle. And I was like, oh, dang, like I really am. So then I ended up getting hit by a pitch right there. And I was like, all right, well, like that's probably because we were winning at that point. And I was like, oh, that's probably my last at bat.
I would have hit you too.
Daniel, man, how mad are you, man? You stepping into the box thinking about this possible cycle, you get hit by the pitch.
I ain't letting the dude that's that hot go ahead and just give it to him. No.
Yeah, no.
At least let him think about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just like, all right, well, I mean, probably not gonna get another at bat. That's probably it. And then yeah, so we ended up, you know, some things happened and we ended up losing the lead. And then so I got a hit in the bottom of the ninth. And so the guy in front of me, Jeremiah Crane, hits a double into the gap. And I was like, all right, like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen right here. Like, you know, that's just what it is. So yeah, I go up there. They've been throwing me fastballs in all game. So I was like, all right, like first pitch is probably gonna be a fastball in. And it was a fastball in. And I got the barrel to it and you know, hit, and the rest is history. Hit it over the wall. So it was cool.
I mean, a walk-off cycle, like Daniel, I mean, we going back to the Christian Moore thing, we thought his was cool because it was in Omaha, and it is on the biggest stage, but his wasn't a walk-off. That's special. Like you've hit the bar now at that point, Trey. Like you can't do more individually. Obviously, as a team you can, but as an individual, you did everything you can in a baseball game.
Let me ask you this. Cool. Who hit the double before you?
Jeremiah Crane.
Did you at least go buy Jeremiah some dinner or ice cream or something, like for giving you the opportunity? I mean, he could have flew out to left and like that could have been it.
No, I actually should have. But I did say nice swing, you know, after all that. I was very good at bat, bro. So I
gave ice cream.
I was at least give him that.
But I'll tell you this, Daniel, you know, as the season, you know, that sparked something because Trey will tell you, you know, batting average wise, he was actually only around 300 at the time. Anyway, all the way up, man, to 365. You got 4 home runs, 12 extra base hits, including 3 triples. So, man, getting around them bases, 29 RBIs. Oh, like, is this a weight room thing over the summer? Like, where did this power come from?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually got this question a lot. I mean, I knew, you know, the years past, the power numbers haven't been great. Obviously, like no homers up until this year. So I just really made it a staple and just not really like fixing things in my swing. But the years past, I didn't really have like a full swing. It was more like a swing and drop the bat behind me. And so now, if you did like a frame by frame of my last year's swing and this year's swing, like I actually have like a full swing now, and like I'm running down the baseline, and I'm actually like bringing the bat back across my body and dropping it up the first baseline. So like kind of just little things like that. I mean, obviously, you know, getting stronger in the weight room and everything. But I'd say like that's like been the biggest change is just really getting like a full like aggressive swing off, and you know the ball's been, you know, going some places, so that's been cool.
I mean, I'll tell you the reason why those numbers are huge. Obviously, you're playing college baseball right now, but Daniel, he's 6'4", 215, and then you're putting that, and he can play multiple positions. Like if this doesn't say pro baseball, and we can say that on here, Trey, we've got over 100 guys that have came on the show and we've watched be drafted. We just had our 11th guy, Nick Kurtz, actually make the show. So like your build and your ability, like, hey man, you're putting on to go somewhere, not just for this team, but in the future. So hitting that weight room, all those extra things you've done, it matters, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So let's talk team, man. Y'all are 27-12, like performing well. Obviously, you've won a few in a row. You're in our top 25. You're in, I think, a couple of them. You know, some of these people, like I think it's Daniel talks about time. The problem is y'all play on the West Coast, right? Not as many people get to see y'all. So for those who don't get to see, in your words, man, just how good is this team?
Yeah, you know, this year, you know, off of last year, this year is just a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces. So, you know, it took everybody at least a little while to kind of acclimate with each other and kind of get used to the whole system and, you know, just learning how to play Gaucho baseball together. So, obviously we've had some rough patches here and there, but, you know, this team has a lot of talent. You know, we're not going to hit as many homers as we did last year, but the little things in terms of being able to manufacture guys and get them over, getting them in, and just playing that sort of team baseball. We're really starting to get good at, and this is kind of the last stretch of the year, about like 3 weeks left. So we're in a good spot, but we just gotta continue to play that good baseball.
Here's the position y'all put yourself in this year. So Daniel and me talk about. So when you're that 1 seed that we were just talking about last year hosting, you're going to get, especially as the smaller school, you're going to get an Oregon. You're going to get a tough 2. This year, you're going to be somebody's worst nightmare as a 2 seed in their region, and they're going to be like, we don't want those guys here. That's the reality.
No, most definitely, yeah.
I mean, you guys kind of hold the destiny card in your hands, man. You got a big one this weekend. Obviously, UC San Diego, they're 3 games behind you, but this isn't ground that you want to give up on any team because they're a team that's right behind you. But then the following weekend, you got a Fullerton team who's ahead of you by basically their winning percentage is better than y'all's. And then you're 3 games behind a Cal Poly who's in second, and then with Irvine obviously in first. But with those 2 series, those are 2 competitive series, and then obviously you get the last series, Cal State Bakersfield, is a nice one to end on, but definitely one that you can't sleep on. You got to take care of business. But when you look at the way the schedule lays out for you guys, do you look long term as far as like what you have to do, or you just focus on 1 game at a time?
Yeah, I'd say 1 game at a time. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of big games coming up, but I think if we can all just stay focused on like who do we have next, like what's going on like right now, I think it's going to lead us well for the rest of the season. But yeah, obviously just a lot of big stuff coming up, and we want to go out there and take care of business for as many games as we can. So yeah, that's what we got.
I mean, you guys took care of business this past weekend against Cal Poly, which was huge. It really catapulted y'all, put y'all really close, and you took 2 of 3 from them, which is nice. But obviously, a lot that's at stake. When we talk about regional seeds and regional berths, you want to be as high in that region as possible. So if you're not going to host, you definitely want to be a 2, and you want to be able to kind of control really to be the best number 2, and like trying to win games and win out and like be competitive in your conference, is key to doing that. But I'm looking forward to it, man. It's really tough for us because of the time difference, being able to really stay up to speed with everything going on the West Coast. But having guys like you on and having players from those conferences is huge, because it gives us interest and gives us reasons to tune in. And I definitely will be tuning in to you guys this weekend, because I'm bought in. I'm a Trey McCollum fan.
Thank you.
I gotta see what's going on.
I've actually, I didn't know him in real time, Daniel, but I've seen him in person. Last year I was at Campbell at the opener when y'all were there.
Oh, okay.
And so I've actually I looked to see the stats to remind myself he had a double in that opener. So I remember.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, that series kind of shifted, didn't it? I mean, y'all beat the mess out of them the first game. I thought I came to the wrong series.
No, yeah, we won that first game.
Them fans left early.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, so yeah, we won by a lot that first game, and the next 2 games kind of went south on us. But
well, for my purposes, I needed that because I was visiting the Campbell guys, and it was my first time ever. Okay. So if y'all would have beat them like that 3 games in a row, it would have been a real bad trip.
It would have been tough, really tough. Well, Trey, it's time in the episode where we get to play a game before we get out of here.
We got to talk something.
Oh, hold on.
No.
I was going to bring this up, during the game, because there was a point that I wanted, but now that we're on it, I want to bring this up now. Your degree is in psychological and brain sciences. Like, please help me, psychological and brain science guy, wrap my brain around what does that mean.
Yeah, so actually that was my freshman year. I came into college as that major, as pre-psychological and brain sciences, and I've since shifted because being a psych major, it's a lot of chemistry and a lot of stuff that was going on. So that was like all my freshman year, And I was like, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to balance all this with baseball and like all the study and everything. So yeah, I'm actually not that major anymore, and I'm a history major. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
almost done.
boo. We went from
Yeah,
brain surgeon type deal.
sure, dude.
No,
Yeah,
I feel a little bit more close to equals with you now
yeah.
because you have all this athletic
But that was what
talent, and I
Daniel
was like,
said when
now
we
he's got this
discussed it. He
brain.
goes, I don't know how he could manage
Yeah,
baseball
no,
and this kind of schedule. So it makes
no, it's a
sense.
lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
It is. When you choose that as your major as a freshman, are you thinking about the difficulty? Or you're just like they're just like, you need to pick something. You're like, all right, how about this?
Yeah, that was part of my problem. I didn't really think about like all the difficulty and how to balance all that in college. So yeah, I kind of just I did I took an AP psychology class in high school, my senior year of high school. So I was like, oh, like, this would be something cool to get into in college. And yeah, I really did not think about the possibilities and all
I
that.
mean, I
So
mean, Daniel, I feel this. At least he's got baseball to navigate. I'm gonna throw my daughter on the bus on the show. She's a freshman at LSU. She's in neuroscience anyway. She didn't realize the classes were gonna be so hard. Daniel, I mean, what are we talking about here? You didn't realize what you signed up for.
I mean, it's college is
This
hard.
ain't high
I
school
mean,
no more, where they just giving out
so,
A's. Come on.
yeah, no, yeah, not anymore, not anymore.
that's crazy, crazy. I mean, Trey, to be honest, like athletes fall into that trap a lot because they're elite level athletes, so they always have this idea in their head, well, if it's hard, I can do it, you know? And so they really don't understand, like, until they get into it, like, it has nothing to do with being able to do it because the workload is hard. It's being able to manage it all.
Well, what's crazy,
And
Daniel, is how many people I still talk to on a daily basis that think that because they're good at sports, they don't have to go to class. It doesn't matter what school we're talking about. Every guy I talk to is going to class.
Yeah, you got to.
I mean, how worthless would you feel if you did? Like, I would feel like what am I doing? Like, I'm waking up at what time and I'm just going to go to practice. Like
Yeah,
everyone else, like you're not in the social community in college unless you're doing what everyone else is doing, because
exactly. Yeah,
not the vast majority of people on that campus are not going
Yeah, I
and
mean,
playing
the only
sports.
thing I know of
It's
is
not.
when we had crews and schemes on here, they had to do theirs online to not go into classes and make a scene. That was different, but they were still
yeah.
having to do the workload.
Well,
It would be nice though. I'm too popular. I can't go to class. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
well, Trey, now it's time to play a game. It's called This or That. It's very simple. I'm going to give you
Yeah.
two options. You choose one or the other. Can't say both. Can't say neither. Just be decisive. Go with your head. Go with your heart. Go with your gut. Just pick one.
Sound good. Let's do it.
All right, Jim. This or that. Who is it brought to you by?
Chinook Cedary, 8 flavors, mild to wild. I was looking around for a bag. I don't have one, man. I must admit I went through them all. But like Daniel says, you can go to your local store, pick them up. There are gas stations all over. Or you can go online, use the codes of all the different ambassadors we set up. But 8 flavors, mild to wild, less salt, no sandpaper tongue. If we have a recommendation for you, take some barbecue, take some cinnamon toast, mix them together, some smoking toast, change your life.
There you go. Boom. That's our recommendation for you. All right, Trey, let's get into it. First question out the gate. This is a trick question. Sunflower seeds or gum?
Sunflower seeds, 100%.
There you go. Chinook seeds. It better
100%.
be
Yes,
your
sir.
bag of choice. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
See, trick question.
I mean, no, you force them in that. It's probably gum. You look what you did.
No.
I don't
love
care if
seeds.
it
I
is
love
gum. He
seeds.
needs to say sunflower seeds. We can't plug our title sponsor and then turn around and say gum in that first question. Just
Come
can't
on
be.
now.
All right. Would you rather attend the party or host the party?
Definitely attend the party. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like that's the way to go. I don't want cleanup duty. I know who my friends are. It's people like Jim, and I ain't trying to clean up after that.
Last I checked, I hosted every party.
What's worse? If you didn't have money, like couldn't go to Chipotle and get your burrito, or no internet, couldn't get on there and do your scrolling?
Oh, I gotta say no money, because I mean, like, you can't really survive these days without no money. So I mean, yeah, it's gotta be no money.
That's true.
I see the profile. He got a girlfriend, man. No money, he's in trouble.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Look,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. That baseball will only take you so far. You better have some coin at some point.
Facts. Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
Uniforms, and I apologize. I don't want to misrepresent the colors, but blue, and then there's like yellow or gold. Like, which is your uniform? Like, if you only had to pick one, and that's what you rock the rest of the season, what are you picking?
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go the blue ones. I love our blue uniforms here, and those are just that's like a Gaucho staple. Those blue uniforms. So yeah, I gotta go blue.
Are the other ones yellow or are they gold?
They're gold. Yeah, the Sunday golds. We call them the Sunday golds.
Okay,
So,
well, see,
yeah,
that's the way it looks the same color as LSU's, but I didn't want to call them gold and then be wrong.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're gold. They're gold.
I mean, Gaucho gold. I mean, you can't.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Can't go wrong with that. The next one is a big question. This is gonna let me know a lot of things. All right, would you rather hit a home run or rob a home run? Is it about basically what I'm asking? Is it about you or is it about the team?
Yeah, I mean, nah. I mean, being an outfielder, robbing a home run is cool, but like I can't not say hit a home run. You know what I'm saying? I can't not say hit a home run. That's just one of the unbeatable feelings. So you gotta say hit a home run.
There you go. I don't.
Daniel, so think about this for a second. I actually thought about this the other day, and you remember Little Big League, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ken Griffey robs the home run to win the game. That had to be more epic than a walk-off bomb. I'm just saying.
I just watched this exact scene last night. For whatever reason it was on, and I watched it, and I just felt bad. I knew what was going to happen, and I'm on the edge of my seat thinking like Lou is going to hit one out.
But in real time, Daniel, when that movie came out and we were kids, movies didn't end like that. The good guys always won. We were so thrown in real time. So then you have that, and then Coach Carter came after that, and he's like, holy crap, man, all these movies exposing like losses. I couldn't handle it.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it's hard to
win. But
they
were true stories too. So you can only can't lie.
I mean, Billy did tell Lou, he goes, hey Lou, if you hit a home run, I'll let you marry my mom. And then he was like, no, I'm just kidding, Lou. So like
imagine the conversation between Lou and Griffey, like, bro, you don't understand the stakes of what you just did.
Right. Now I'm tied into this, man. How could you? Second to last question, the penultimate question. Concert or sporting event? And we're not talking like we're gonna go to Jimmy's Crab Shack and watch, John and the Thunderbolts concert. We're talking about big time arena concert, and big time sporting event. Like, what you picking?
I gotta go sporting event. Going to Dodger Stadium, going to all these big league ballparks and watching the game, like that's an unbeatable thing right there.
Watching Freddie Freeman hit a bomb to win the game.
Yeah. That was
Bro, we still have fun with this. We did a show, and who was the guest, Daniel? I'm all of a sudden blinking. Whoever our guest was said Freddie was washed, and
I forgot who that was. Probably,
and we were like, because he said he's injured all the time, all that, and we were like, man, we got Freddie as an X factor, and I ran that clip so many times every time he hit a bomb in his game, but it was so funny. I feel like it was Ike Irish from Auburn. I really do.
I don't know, but
anyway, it was like, no way he didn't say that. But Freddie lives for the World Series, man. He's crazy.
No, he is.
And then they got them clips of his like little 5-year-old son swinging at the tee at his house, and he already got a major league swing. That kid,
he does.
That dude, he's gonna drop bombs. You'll hear about him in 18 years.
We're unfortunately Cardinals fans, and while we had a good run for years, we're gonna stink for a while. So enjoy it because they don't always stay there, Trey.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Winning's hard to do, man. It really is. Last question. We'll let you get out of here. Number one pick in the draft or a national championship. Which would you pick?
I gotta go with the team here. National championship. I mean, like so few people do that and go all the way in Omaha and win the Natty. So like being able to share that moment with your team and everything, that's some top tier stuff. So for sure, national championship.
I mean, I'm not gonna throw out stats because I could be wrong, but I mean, I think less people are number one picks in the MLB draft than national champions.
Yeah, no.
Could be wrong.
And a $10 million signing bonus. But Daniel, you did tell the Tennessee guys last year when they said championship, being it was going to be their team's first, you can see it. It would be
different.
UCSB's first. So
yeah,
I mean, if you want to be
That's a cool
king
moment.
if you want to be the king forever, you win the first one. And then like you get whatever. You get the key to the school.
It was LSU's 7th, and Paul Skeens, after being the number 1 pick, came on here and said he'd keep the national championship. So I believe it. I believe all these guys for the most part. Like, unless you just have financial situations at home and you need to feed, your family and you need to change things, that'd be about the only way I would maybe sway away from that.
I mean, it's easy when Paul is about to sign a max deal. I mean, at the end of the season, like I would probably say the same thing. But
you ever thought about? I didn't plan on bringing this up, Trey, but because I'm a massive Reggie Bush fan. And I think back to what I just said. So this is why I just did this off the cuff. But I mean, all he did was take money to provide for his mom and to get her out of a bad situation. And now everybody can do that and not get in trouble. So he did it in a time before it's allowed. And that bothers me because it should have been allowed. That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad things have changed.
Yeah, no, yeah, same. Yeah. That is crazy when you think about it.
Could you imagine how much money Reggie Bush would have got?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. Oh man. All right, Trey. Anything you want to plug or promote before you get out of here, man?
I just want to say, I appreciate you guys having me on. Shout out to UCSB baseball. Shout out to all the friends and family. And I wanted to say, Jim, that Jesus One shirt. How do I get me one of those? Those are nice.
Man, I'll get you connected with the owner tomorrow, man. Just shoot me your number on the IG, and we'll get it taken care of.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's a nice shirt. I need me one of those.
Yeah, we getting connected with him has been a blessing, man. I've been having baseball players from all around the country get hooked up, but man, more so than just individuals, we started having teams. So we just had Ole Miss and LSU and Tennessee all like wearing it as a team. So as much as we love to see guys wearing it, man, everybody's been jumping on. So you love to see everybody wearing them and making that bold statement. So it's really cool. But man, Dan, we were talking about those colors that they wear. Hey, UCSB colors would definitely be nice.
Yeah, that'd be good stuff. That'd be some good stuff.
And you'll rock that in a heartbeat.
Oh, 100%. It's almost like very godlike, those colors. Like they just feel like
hold on, man. Purple and gold's royalty. Don't do all that.
I mean, are they? I don't.
It is. Purple is a symbol of royalty. Don't do this.
Not in my world. Not in my world. Well, I'll help you out a little bit more, Trey. You guys got UC San Diego this weekend. Obviously, Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 2 p.m., Sunday matinee at 1. All of these you can find on ESPN Plus. Obviously, it's big implications in the Big West standings. You guys need to take care of business, stay ahead of San Diego, get closer to Cal Poly, which you can beat because you just did. And really close the gap and put Cal State Fullerton behind you. So, you could easily walk away from this as, second in the conference, or if you lose sight and lose focus on what you're doing, you could end up, 6th. So I'm on the positive train. I think you guys are going to take care of business and keep it rolling. So I wish you guys best of luck. I hope you have a safe, injury-free, successful rest of the season. Good luck in the Big West tourney. And, hopefully we get to see you in a regional somewhere, man. If anything, y'all get away from the West Coast, come towards the Mid-South. You never know. Emma's going to be somewhere.
Why you say Mid-South? Your way is Florida.
I mean.
Florida's Tallahassee. There you go.
I mean, that's still a very long way. Florida's a really big state. But hey, man, wish you the best. If there's anything we can do for you along the way, reach out to us, man.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys. This is awesome.
Absolutely. That is Trey McCollum. If you like hearing Trey's story or you just like hearing Average Joe's talk X's and O's, please like, share the podcast on Facebook. head over to YouTube, do 3 things: like, subscribe, notifications. That way you're first to know when new content is dropped, because we're dropping stuff every single day. Jim, it's been a great week.
I just got one thing to
Very,
say. I
very
need it
good
on
week.
air so I can clip it. 3 weeks in a row, I've been rolling. Texas A&M beats Texas at Texas. Lock it up. Okay, just need that so I can clip it later.
He just whether it happens or not, you just want to be able to tell people you're right. If it does
man,
happen,
I've been running that clip about them beating Arkansas. I might as well do it again.
Do it again. Obviously, our picks will be out here soon. We've been talking about it. I kind of know where I'm leaning. I think Jim
7-1 last week. 7-1. And the only
7-1.
game that I lost was the game we added on because Florida State got canceled. Just put that out there.
Hey,
okay, move on. Sign off.
Good for you. All right, let's get out of here. Jim, great week. We'll be back next week. Y'all stick around, stay with us, and always remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.